And welcome back to another episode of Easy as That. In today's video, I'm doing unboxing, reviewing, and showing you how to set up this Kmart Mirabella Genio Wi-Fi LED strip light. Let's get it open. Now before we get started, here's an epilepsy warning. If you can't look at flashing lights, then don't watch this video. First up here we have the light strips themselves. Now it's good to know that they do already have double-sided tape on the bottom. After that, we've got some more double-sided tape, the actual PowerPoint adapter itself, and the connector that allows it to get power from the PowerPoint. Now we're going to move on to connecting these to your phone. Now you're going to need to get an app, which I'll talk about a little later. But first, these won't even connect if you don't have a 2.4 GHz network. Let's start off by plugging it in. Now we're actually going to connect it to power. Grab this cord and then connect it to this. Once you've done that, grab these two cords and plug them in. Now you'll need to make sure that the arrows align. Now I'll show you this in a second. Just here, see how my arrows are aligned? There's one there and one there. They're both pointing in at each other. Turn it over until you get it just like that. This is very important. Now grab your PowerPoint adapter and just plug it right in. Your light should turn solid for a second and then they should just flash like that. Now that they're flashing, it means that they're ready for pairing. Now in order for you to actually pair this, you're going to need to download an app. Now this app is called Mirabella Genio. It's in the bottom left hand corner just there if you want to copy that. Now on the screen now we have a QR code that you can scan to take you to the app download, or you could type it in your app store. The app should look like this. Once you've got the app, click sign up. Now you can click agree to their user agreement and privacy policy, and then you can put in your email address that you'd like to set up your account with. Now, click Get Verification Code. If it doesn't show up, make sure that you've typed your email correctly and that you've checked your spam and junk folders. Once you're in, click Add Device. The first thing that pops up should be smart lighting. To say that you need a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network and not a 5 GHz network. Now if you're connected to your Wi-Fi network, it should already have the name, and then you just need to put in the password. Now it's just going to make sure that your lights are actually blinking. If you follow the steps I just showed you before, they should be already blinking. Just confirm and then click Next. Now it should say Adding Device. You'll need to make sure that both it and your device Now it should say that it has registered to the cloud and is now finished. Once it's done all that, you can click Done. It should load, and then you can actually control your lights. Now in this app there are many functions. The first one that you'll probably get to is just the white function, where you can just change the brightness based on how far you scroll. But if you'd like color, let's say, you can click the next tab. Now here you can rotate this wheel to any color you want. Now we can also change the brightness once again, or the intensity of the color. Now this next tab is a little more hard to set up and a bit more hard to explain, so I'm going to be doing it in full screen mode. Now you can have lots of different scenes, like all these, but for now I'm just going to choose night. Once you're on the scene that you'd like, click Edit. You can actually change all the scene colors. Now here, if it's nighttime, let's say if I wanted red, my lights are constantly red. But let's say if I wanted it to flash between two colors, I might want the first one red, then this one blue. Now if I click Submit, it's very important that you click Submit or else none of these changes will save. Then you click back to Edit. We can change how fast it actually flashes between these colors. If I want it really fast, I'll drag it up here, then click Submit, and my changes should happen. Now we also have one more mode, which is the breathe mode. This can go between two colors. Now we can choose them. Let's say if I want green this time, and let's say maybe purple or blue, then you need to click submit. And it will go between these colors. You can change how fast it's breathing with this meter. If you'd like to delete a color, all you need to do is click on it and then click delete. Then click submit. Now if you'd like to change the name of a scene, just click it and rename it to what you'd like. Now these are just suggested scenes. Of course you can make up your own. But let's say if we scroll along to here and then we click dazzling, it's not very dazzling because it only has two colors. It's just optional names to try and give you some ideas for what you might create. Now we can go into the music tab. I'll show you this one on camera. Now this last tab I like a lot. It picks up the different notes in what it hears and then it changes the lights based on that. It's even changing when I'm talking. So basically if you have a speaker, you can actually play music and these lights will go along with it. Let's try it out. Now I think that was pretty cool. Now let's talk about the last couple of features. In the top right, you can see a pencil icon. Click on that and you can actually change some of the settings. What I'm going to be telling you right now is actually how to change the name of these. Let's just call them LEDs. You can also change the icon based on if you have a picture of it that you'd like from your photo album. It also has third-party controls. To get this started, just click on what you actually have. If you have an Alexa or a Google Assistant, or if you'd like to control it from another smart device. These are optional though. Now down the bottom, the most important thing is that you can turn them off or on, just by the touch of a button. Now if you'd like to add a timer, you can just click that. You can set it for as long as you'd like. Once you've got your timer all set up, just click OK. Now it will say off after 1:30. Now if you'd like to schedule it, you can just click add and then we can say at 3:30 p.m. every day, and I want it to say light show, and I want it to give me a notification and it's going to turn on. And there, just click save and you've got the light show every day at 3:30. Now go back into the home menu and click smart. Now I'm going to show you how to create a tap to run. Click the plus button and then click launch tap to run. Then click run the device. Then click LEDs. Now you can actually select functions like turn them off. Then click next. Now you can call it whatever you'd like LEDs off. Now, what I really like is that you have the option to actually ask Siri to do this for you. All you need to do is click add to Siri, then click the one that you'd like. Now you can say, when I say LEDs off, do that function. All you need to do is then click add to Siri. Now we can go back and let's try it out. Sometimes it will even ask you to say it. LEDs off. Done. Now let's ask Siri. Hey Siri, LEDs off.
Done.
Look at that, the LEDs turned off. You can also use this to turn them back on, adjust the brightness, or start a timer. Now I've showed you how to use the Mirabella Genio app. Let's get it set up so you can actually use it in action. I recommend setting these light strips up near where you want to put them. The first step is to choose where you want to put your LED lights. Now to actually attach it, you're going to need to peel this off. Now there's a particular way to do this, so you need to watch how I do it. Now it took me a few minutes and a lot of goes, but I finally got it. I used the other side, and then so I peeled this back. Sometimes it's split in two, that's alright, as long as you have this clear stuff left behind. I'll just get that in focus. It should look like this. It just peels off. It's kind of like sticky tape. Now the next step is, if you're going to use all of this length, peel all of the brown stuff, leaving just this sticky stuff. Well, now you might be wondering, what does this do? Well, there are many uses, but the one I found is that if you'd like to stick this on a wall, if you're putting them near a wall, you can just stick it on the back and it will attach. You could also attach it to the front. Also with this, you might be thinking to yourself, what's this button here for? Well, if you press it, it can cycle through colours and make it go rainbow. It's kind of like a phone-free option if you don't want to just get your phone out and you just like it to change some colours. I'm going to be wrapping my lights around my TV. Now, I highly recommend that you measure what you want to wrap them around first so you don't run short. You probably can't tell, but now I've actually wrapped the cord around my TV. Next, you want to get the ends and then attach it to a power point nearby. Congratulations, it's all set up. Alright, and now it's time for the part of the video where I actually review this product. First up, let's talk about value for money. I think that these are pretty expensive, however, they do come with an app that allows them to do really cool things. Now in terms of aesthetics, I think they look really nice when they're turned on. However, when they're off, they just look like a bunch of electronic pieces in a wire, which is really what they are. Now, I know some people that hide them under a whiteboard and then just turn it on when they need it, so it's hidden. So if you can find a way that they're not really obvious and that they're discreet, it can still be a great product. In terms of how easy these are to set up, they were pretty easy compared to the other Mirabella Genio products I've actually reviewed, like the cameras. So I think that they scored pretty well in that section. Okay, and now it's time for the overall review and rating. I'm going to be giving these Mirabella Genio LED strip lights a 4 out of 5 stars. They lost half a star because sometimes the stickiness came undone and they just fall off. And they also lost the other half star because they don't really look that nice when they're off. However, they're a great product, and if you're looking for some LEDs to buy, I highly recommend you get these. That's it from me, easy as out. Don't forget to leave a comment if you need any more help or would like to request another thing for us to fix.